hospital. The majority of the victims in the fire are believed to be these patients' attendants. This now adds a heartbreaking dimension to the incident, as many families who travelled for medical care are the ones to be affected in this fire incident. Brian, of course, more clarity now emerging on this. Have we been able to pick up how many foreign nationals were there, how many Indians were there, which countries did they come from mostly?
Well, what we are getting to know from again the eyewitnesses, they've been saying as of now officially no confirmation as of now have been we've received so far. But the people have been saying the fact that there were people, mostly people hailing from Kenya. There were 15 to 20 officials, foreign nationals who were there at that point of time. And again, what the people also stated, the foreign nationals came for some treatment at the Max hospital, and this is some kind of a guest house that was created at that point of time. And you can see, I mean, the building is completely blackened. There is some black, there is blackened, blackened windows still there. Windows of, you can see some broken windows also. That is being shown, that is being seen on our camera, on NewsX's camera exclusively. You can see operations going on while police officials, DFS squad coming out now and then. And we will try to speak to the officials to know the update of what happens at this point of time. So what is, sir, update kya hai?
सर अपडेट के बारे में बता दीजिए
प्लीज व्हाट आर द अपडेट्स सो यू कैन सी सम ऑफिशियल
अरे यार क्या कर रहे हो नीचे करो माइक सर अभी क्या अपडेट है कितने लोग टोटल घायल हैं और कितने बॉडीज अभी तक और क्या अभी पूरा क्लियर कर दिया गया है हो गया सवाल हो गया सर बोलिए
रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन पूरा कंप्लीट हो गया है आग पूरी तरह से कैजुअलिटी को हॉस्पिटल में भेज दिया गया है 38 कैजुअलिटी एम्स यहाँ पे मैक्स में है बाकी जो है एम्स के अंदर में कुछ मतलब
सर प्रथम दृष्टया क्या लग रहा है क्यों आग लगी
अभी तो ऐसा ये इन्वेस्टिगेशन का मैटर है पुलिस इन्वेस्टिगेट करके
लेकिन सर कितने लोगों यू जस्ट heard the DFS official speaking on camera giving a bite, even though it was very brief what he stated, not something that extensive or a major information that has a lot of depth in it. It was just maybe 10 seconds or 15 seconds conversation that he had.
But he
with
did
us.
say, Brian,
So,
that there were 38
again,
casualties. 38 casualties in Max. What is the final death toll that we then knew of?
See, well, if you hear him, what he said, he spoke about 38 casualties there, and you can obviously quote him because it is coming from an official as of now who spoke to us at this point of time. Because still now what we were also showing that there were 21 casualties, but right now what he said that the official stated about 38 casualties. Even though since it's not paper, it's not on paper, it's not something on a document, you can very well quote what he said, and even if it was just a 10-15 seconds of a bite of a conversation that he said. But yes, clearly in that little time also he stated some very important update about the fact is there we are still awaiting more such information coming to our way to understand exactly what it is, what is there, how many exact casualties, the number of foreign nationals. But as of now what we are getting to know, there are more number of foreign nationals that were present at that point of time. Many people were hailing from Kenya, so there are some of but still it's in bits and pieces, right? There is no clarity, exact clarity, no proper official statement being released so far. So clearly, but yes, you can obviously quote what happened at this point of time, where we can tell you the fact that he has stated the fact on our camera that 38 casualties have been reported so far. Yes.
All right, sure. In fact, viewers, another breaking update that we have, a massive manhunt is currently on for the owner of the building. Police teams have launched a search operation to trace and question the building owner following the deadly fire that claimed 21 lives this morning. The owner is yet to be located, and investigation into safety violations and the exact cause of the blaze continue. Brian, we do know that this was an unauthorized building. Now the owner is nowhere to be seen, but do we know who this owner was? Where did he reside?
Well, as of now, if we talk about the owner, yes, clearly you can see the visuals also, there is a manhunt going on, against the owner. Obviously, because since there was so many lapses that was reported so far, there is a major update about about the owner that has been there. So clearly, this is what we are getting to know, and he is absconding as of now. The owner is absconding. The owner's name is apparently Lokesh Bajaj.
Okay.
And a manhunt it is going on against Lokesh Bajaj, who is supposed to be said to be the owner of the this building as of now. And this hotel, you can't say it is a hotel, rather, but it's a guest house. And as of now, Lokesh Bajaj is absconding, and the police are trying to nab him, to catch him, because obviously, first, this is being an unauthorized building. Second, being there are not multiple entry and exits. If you make a hotel, you should make an emergency exit. So there are many lapses that have been, caught by the police officials, a tragedy that has surfaced so far. So clearly, the police are trying to nab him at this point of time.
All right, Brian, thanks for that detail. Continue being with us. Our focus stays on this deadly fire tragedy. Now, Max Hospital statement over fire incident has also come out. 39 patients were received at the emergency department of Max Hospital. Viewers, please note 39 patients were received. We don't know how many of these are casualties. This was the Max Hospital in Saket complex near Malviya Nagar, where the fire broke out. Upon arrival, all patients have undergone immediate clinical assessment, and they were managed by multidisciplinary teams in accordance with established emergency response protocols. The patients presented with asphyxiation and varying degrees of minor burn injuries and fractures. Of the 39 patients received, 18 were brought dead. 15 are admitted in ICU, including 8 patients on ventilator and in critical condition. 5 patients with minor injuries were treated and discharged following primary medical care. 1 patient has been shifted to Safdarjung Hospital due to excessive burns. The deceased include both local and foreign nationals. The hospital promptly activated its mass casualty response protocols and mobilized all available clinical and support resources to ensure timely and comprehensive care for those affected. The hospital says our teams continue to provide round-the-clock medical attention to the patients under treatment. All right, Brian, that's the statement coming out from the Max Hospital. It says 39 patients were received, not casualties there. Correction there, 39 patients were received and 18 of these were brought dead. 15 are in ICU. 8 patients are on ventilator and in critical condition. It is expected, viewers, there is a fear that the death toll could mount, given there are still 18 patients on ventilator and in critical condition. That's a big update, viewers, that we are picking up. These are the patients that were brought only to the Max Hospital. Remember, some have also been taken to AIIMS Trauma Center and some others to Safdarjung Hospital. All right. Currently, the death toll that we know of is 21. 18 were brought dead in Max Hospital. A total of 39 patients were received by the hospital. Meanwhile, the owner of the building, Lokesh Bajaj, is absconding. The police are searching for him. And we are in fact now getting in some visuals as well. Let's put those out on our screens now. The visual that we are now going to play out for you, viewers, it shows a person jumping from the building. We can play this from my screen here. The video shows a person jumping off the building. I'm going to play that out once again for you, viewers, and we'll get to this visual, but clearly one person who was there, in fact several of them have tried to jump from the burning building in a desperate bid to escape this deadly fire. There you can see, viewers, how this person has jumped for safety to save his life. And in fact, several such videos are now coming out. Brian, I want to come back to you on this. How many people were actually able to escape this building when it was burning? One visual has definitely come to us.
Well, there are many people who've actually, who've jumped. They did not see any resort, and as a result of that, they had to jump out from the windows there, because clearly it was very alarming. They had one entry and exit. We've just played out a statement by Max Hospital where 39 patients were, clearly they were brought to the emergency department, out of which 15 patients were admitted to the ICU, 8 are on ventilators currently. 5 being in minor injuries were treated and obviously discharged from hospitals. So very importantly, this is alarming. I mean, there were 41 people who are still being rescued so far. What we are getting to know, more than 20 people have also lost their lives, have been reportedly they lost their lives, and most of them are said to be foreign nationals. Most of them are hailing from Kenya. And yes, clearly the owner of the building, what we are getting to know, he is absconding as of now. He is said to be Lokesh Bajaj. He is absconding, and the police are trying to nab him to understand the discrepancy that happened, to understand the lapses that happened in the hotel. So very importantly, and these informations are all coming in bits and pieces as of now. A proper clarification or clarity statements is still being yet to being issued by the officials. You talk about the DFS, you talk about the Delhi police officials. From Max, you get a certain number of numbers.
Brian, if you can help us with a clear timeline of the entire incident. When was it that the fire exactly broke out? When was it reported, and when did the fire tenders arrive to the spot, and when did the operation conclude?
Well, officially they got the call at around 8:55, and when we speak to the eyewitnesses have been saying the fact that the fire had happened at around the morning 8 a.m. So even what the eyewitnesses have been saying, that they took around half an hour or 1 hour to reach on spot and to clearly start the operation as of now. So very importantly, the hotel also had some important serious irregularities also. According to sources, the hotel was operating far beyond its approved capacity. Permission had been granted for only 6 rooms. Okay. The establishment has been said to have 25 rooms. This raises serious concerns over regulatory compliances. Sources indicate that the hotel had only one entry, one exit that we've been saying, that we've been mentioning, which may have been severely hampered evacuation efforts during the fire. The eyewitnesses have been stating that it was an electric door which obviously became inaccessible after the fire reportedly broke out. And this also, they did not have a dedicated emergency escape route or fire exit, leaving guests with limited options to evacuate once the blaze actually spread through the premises. Yes.
All right, Brian, stay on with me. I'll come back to you. Some more updates now coming in. Forensic team has now reached the spot of the incident. All right, that's the latest that we are picking up. Brian, forensic team is there. How is their investigation going to begin there?
Well, just a while back we were flashing those visuals about forensic experts reaching. Right. There was 5 to 6 team of forensic experts who reached on the spot. They were there. They were even talking to the officials, the police officials. They came here. They were there for around 30 to 40 minutes to clearly inspect and take cognizance of the situation there, to take a stock of the situation. And then after that, even I'll request my camera person Himanshu to just zoom in and show visuals, because these are some important visuals that we are trying to show you from our camera about the fact that even the efforts are still going on by the officials, the DFS squad, the Delhi police squad. Even though what you can see is the fire have been doused successfully, and this happened happened an hour back when the fire was doused, but still you can see officials on spot, on there. There are still many such ambulances there. Since we are at the perimeter and this entire place have been blocked, we're trying to show as much as visuals that can be possible from our end to get an understanding of what it looks on ground at this point of time. Yes.
All right. Brian, do we know how many people were already inside the hotel? What was the total number of people inside this guest house when the fire had broken out?
See, what again? Normally, this is a place that has around. There are some rooms there. I mean, it's obviously it was working more than the capacity. There were many such foreign nationals who were there. There were said to be 30 to 40, more than 40 rather, foreign nationals who were present at this point of time. So since this is a point where people who were doing the treatment, people who come normally, they stay at this place. This is a guest house where foreign nationals who come for treatment, they stay. So there were more than 50 people, 40 to 50 people who were there at this point of time. Most of them have been rescued, evacuated, and are currently undergoing treatment. Where there are some in serious conditions, there are some still in ventilators, but yes, as of now there are more than 20 people who are still being considered to be, obviously they lost their lives, which is very unfortunate, but more than 40 people have still been rescued so far. Yes.
All right, Brian, stay on with me. We're taking a very quick commercial, but we'll be right back. Viewers, stay tuned. We'll bring you continuous coverage of this deadly fire incident.